There is absolutely no food in Gaza and no drinkable water. Within days, you will see people dying by the thousands from hunger. We really want to live in peace without being tortured.
Again, that was the voice of Mahmoud al-Baya, who is living in Gaza.
Hey, it's Jordan with Status Coup.
This is Ashley with Status Coup.
On the ground.
In Philadelphia.
Flint, Michigan. East Palestine, Ohio. Please support the leading independent news outlet on the ground.
Covering what the corporate media covers up. Hey, it's Ashley Bishop with Status Coup. In exclusive audio obtained by Status Coup, a Palestinian man, Mahmoud al-Baya, warns that Gaza will see mass death from forced starvation over the coming days. Mahmoud and his family have been displaced. They have lost family members and are now starving. In this audio clip, Mahmoud says, "Hunger is increasing day by day and we die 100 times." Mahmoud sent this message about the forced famine in Gaza on Sunday, July 20th, several days ago now. The voicemail is about 2 minutes long, and I'm going to play it for you here.
Hello everyone. I have sent more than one message to the world several times before, but no one heard my message. The silence continues and continues, and death continues, and no one cares. Hunger is increasing day by day, and we die 100 times every day. There is absolutely no food in Gaza and no drinkable water. Within days, you will see people dying by the thousands from hunger, as everything they own has run out and aid is still forbidden to us. I say with all sadness that we have let everyone down. We are now in the depth of famine after we warned about it. Everyone is in a state of extreme dizziness. We only have a few days left. Either you bring in food or we rest from hunger and die. My message again to everyone: stop the war on us. Enough hunger and death. Enough. We are tried and the world is watching and no moving. We really want to live in peace without being tortured.
Again, that was the voice of Mahmoud al-Baya, who is living in Gaza. There is absolutely no food in Gaza and no drinkable water. Within days, you will see people dying by the thousands from hunger as everything they own has run out, he said. Additionally, sources in Gaza are saying that even if you have money to buy food, there is nowhere near enough supply on the market to actually keep up with demand, which is driving up prices for what is actually left. People are saying that they're paying as much as $15 or more for 2 ears of corn. Again, this voicemail was left on Sunday. As of Wednesday, July 23rd, 111 people, 80 of them children, have died of forced starvation in Gaza. Over 1,000 more have been killed by Israelis while attempting to access food at Israeli-sanctioned aid distribution centers run by the U.S.-backed Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, or GHF, since they began operating in late May. This follows Israel's blockade of fuel, food, water, and other aid necessities imposed on the Gaza Strip in March. I'm going to read to you a report from Dropsite News. Palestinians are collapsing in Gaza's streets from Israeli-imposed starvation campaign. A frontline report on a people forced to face death from starvation or being shot in a perilous quest to obtain meager rations. The UN World Food Programme said in a statement that 25 trucks carrying food entered Gaza on Sunday through the Zakim crossing, destined for starving communities in northern Gaza. Shortly after passing the final checkpoint beyond the Zakim crossing point into Gaza, the convoy encountered large crowds of civilians anxiously waiting to access desperately needed food supplies, the WFP said. As the convoy approached, the surrounding crowd came under fire from Israeli tanks, snipers, and other gunfire. The statement added, these people were simply trying to access food to feed their families and themselves on the brink of starvation. Also on Sunday, 9 Palestinians were killed near an aid distribution hub in Rafah run by the GHF. The killings happened at the same site where over 20 people had been killed a few days earlier when GHF guards gassed starving Palestinians fenced in at the hub, causing many to die from suffocation and a stampede. These daily killings of Palestinians desperate for food and an imminent famine have combined to create an unprecedented emergency in Gaza. Israel's full-spectrum blockade imposed on March 2nd was nominally lifted on May 27th when meager amounts of aid began to be distributed to 4 militarized GHF hubs, 3 of which are located in the southern end of Gaza and 1 in Wadi Gaza. With the entire population on the brink of famine, Palestinians have no choice but to starve or risk their lives at so-called aid distribution hubs. Starving and desperate Palestinians are being shot while attempting to get food at these so-called aid distribution sites, many of whom have had to travel for hours just to get there to maybe bring back a sack of flour. I say with all sadness that we have left everyone down, Mahmoud said in the voicemail. We are now in the depth of famine after we warned about it. Everyone is in a state of extreme dizziness. We only have a few days left. Either you bring in food or we rest from hunger and die. The world has let Mahmoud and Palestine down. This is from Democracy Now! Yesterday morning. More than 100 humanitarian organizations warn that mass starvation is spreading in Gaza. Israel's blockade of Gaza constitutes the fastest starvation campaign we've seen in modern history, says Michael Fakhri, the UN Special Rapporteur on the right to food. The fastest starvation campaign we've seen in modern history, orchestrated by Israel with full support from the U.S. Here's what he had to say on Democracy Now! Yesterday.
I mean, we're running out of words of what to say. And the reason it's horrific is it was preventable. We saw this coming. We've seen this coming for 20 months. Israel announced its starvation campaign back in October 2023. And then again, Prime Minister Netanyahu announced on March 1st that nothing was to enter Gaza. And that's what happened for 78 days. No food, no water, no fuel, no medicine entered Gaza. And then they built these militarized aid sites that are used to humiliate, weaken, and kill the Palestinians. So what makes this horrific is it has been preventable. It was predictable. And again, this is the fastest famine we've seen, the fastest starvation campaign we've seen in modern history.
Again, Israel's manufactured famine with the help of the U.S. is the fastest starvation campaign we have seen in modern history. This is from Al Jazeera on Tuesday. Staff fainting on duty. Doctors in Gaza, meanwhile, said they are seeing increasing numbers of malnourished people arriving at their hospitals. Mohammed Abu Salmiya, the director of Al-Shifa Hospital in northern Gaza, told reporters that there could be alarming numbers of deaths due to starvation. Khalil Al-Dukran, the spokesperson for Al-Aqsa Hospital in central Gaza, said doctors are not able to help those suffering from malnutrition. Hospitals are already overwhelmed by the number of casualties from gunfire. They can't provide much more help for hunger-related symptoms because of food and medicine shortages, he said. Dukran said 600,000 people were suffering from malnutrition, including at least 60,000 pregnant women. Symptoms among those going hungry include dehydration and anemia, he said. Healthcare workers and humanitarian staff in Gaza were also reporting fainting on the job because of the hunger and exhaustion, according to officials. No one is spared. Caretakers in Gaza are also in need of care, Philippe Lazzarini, the head of the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees, UNRWA, wrote on X. Doctors, nurses, journalists, and humanitarians are hungry. Many are now fainting due to hunger and exhaustion while performing their duties, reporting atrocities or alleviating some of the suffering. Lazzarini went on to say that seeking food in Gaza has become as deadly as the Israeli bombardments and denounced the GHF schemes as a sadistic death trap. Snipers open fire randomly on crowds as if they are given a license to kill. A massive hunt of people in total impunity. This cannot be our new norm. Humanitarian assistance is not the job of mercenaries, he said. The Norwegian Refugee Council, one of the largest independent aid organizations in Gaza, also said its staff in the enclave were starving. Our last tent, our last food parcel, our last relief items have been distributed. There is nothing left, Jan Egeland, the Secretary General of the NRC, told Reuters. Hundreds of truckloads have been sitting in warehouses or in Egypt or elsewhere and costing our Western European donors a lot of money, but they are blocked from coming in, Egeland said. Israel is not yielding. They just want to paralyze our work, he added. I'm going to close out this video with more of Mahmoud Al-Baya's message for us. My message again to everyone. Stop the war on us. Enough hunger and death, enough. We are tried and the world is watching and not moving. We really want to live in peace without being tortured. Please share Mahmoud's heart-wrenching message. Like he said, many more people are going to die of preventable deaths due to this Israeli-manufactured famine with the help of the U.S. government. I don't know what else I could say that would possibly do justice to Mahmoud's words and suffering, but the least we can all do is listen. I will be providing more updates on Mahmoud and his family, as well as another young family living in Gaza and trying to care for their new baby. So please do look out for those. Status Coup has been on the ground covering pro-Palestine protests for close to 2 years now. The wonderful John Farina has covered at least 150. This is a genocide unfolding before our eyes, and we need your help to stay on it for every person, every family in Gaza, despite how frankly hopeless it can feel. You can support independent journalism and keep our eyes on Palestine, on Gaza at statuscoup.com/join. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next video.